Welcome back to Bullet Catcher Gaming. It's Lee here, Bacon Soldier 76, and today's weapons testing review is of the L85A2-C, commonly known as the SA-80. Now, the original SA-80 was a bit of a disaster. I think first used in combat in Desert Storm back in the 90s. Troops complaining of jamming, misfires, stuff like that. Due to sort of poor quality. It was then remade by Heckler & Koch, I believe, into the SA-80 Mark II, which is now what they're using today. Right, okay, so obviously we're in the same location, so no interruptions, and what we'll do a test at 25 metres and then to 100 metres, testing the weapon's accuracy with and without suppressors, on full auto, single burst, etc. So what we'll do, we'll go to the loadout page, we'll have a look at the weapon and just have a look to see what it looks like, some of its stats and some of the attachments we can have on it. Okay, so here we have the L85A2-C. It's Mark III, maxed out. So accuracy, looks quite good for accuracy. Handling, not so good. That might have something to do with the way you've changed the magazine, obviously, because it's a pulp-up design, so you've got the magazine behind the working parts, so which means you'd have to reach around, sort of round to your armpit area to change the magazine, which can be a bit fiddly, I suppose. Range quite good, not too bad at the higher end of the scale there. Again, mobility not ideal, and recoil is not too bad. It's power rate 32%. That might, I've not used it on a Mark 1 or a Mark 2. I've literally just upgraded it to a Mark 3, so I don't think that's changed. 610 rounds a minute from a 30 round magazine. It fires the 5.56 high velocity NATO round with a magazine change time of 3.9 seconds, and it's the lightest in class, converted ASR damage trade-off. Don't know what that means. Okay, so let's fit the shorter barrel, make it look a little bit better rather than having a horrible long thing. We'll put an extended mag in, loads of different compensators and muzzles. What should we get? ASR suppressor or the prism silencer? Let's have the prism silencer, shall we? Okay, so rail cover, we can have the APAL ×3, the PEQ 15, or you can just have a rail cover, or you can have a rangefinder. I normally fit the PEQ 15 to my weapon, so I'm just going to go with that. So sights wise then, you can have the good old fashioned iron sights, the Comp M4 sight, digital sight, the XP3 with the extra magnification, or you can just have the EXPS3 on its own. Or the ACOG rather, TA31H, and there's one there that I've not unlocked. Let's go with the ACOG, shall we? Okay, so that's what it looks like. It doesn't look too bad. Looks a lot better than it did at first with that horrible long barrel on it. Let's go to the range then and have a look and see how it gets on. Right, so here we go then. So over the shoulder view, bit of a challenge from Andy, Seditious Trooper. He did one of my weapons tests and reviews the other day, as did Jeff. They've been helping me out. I've got a lot going on at the minute, so they just helped me out with doing a few. So Andy said to me, don't be a pussy using crosshairs. So there's a challenge. So I'm using this weapons test without crosshairs, so up yours, Andy, and give it a go. So here we are then, 25 metres, and we'll do, let's put it on single shot first. We'll do a sighting round. There we go, there's one sighting round, and then we'll do full auto and see how it gets on. Okay, let's change the magazine then. Let's put the suppressor on. Rightio then, let's have a look a little bit close up with the old drone. Not at all different whatsoever. They're very, very similar. As you can see, the first sort of 3-4 rounds there, 3-4 rounds recoil, bringing that weapon into the air. Obviously, the more rounds it fires off and the recoil, bringing that weapon up into the air, and obviously we start putting rounds into the side of the shed. So no difference there at all, with and without the suppressor, but getting in that first round and then the sighting round and then full auto, both no difference whatsoever. Okay, so what we'll do then, we'll take the suppressor off, change the mag, and we do 10 rounds aimed, and this is without the suppressor or the silencer, whichever you want to call it. So it's moved ever so slightly, that dot. And one more. Boom. Silencer. Let's move over to the right hand side slightly. Nothing to adjust ever so slightly. You can see that that red dot just falls away from the where the rounds have been falling slightly. Okay, let's have a quick butchers then. Well, as you can see, still very good tight groupings there. Obviously I had to adjust slightly, that's why these rounds are slightly out a little bit more. So obviously every time the weapon's firing, you're going to have to adjust slightly every now and then just to get the dots back on target. But again, with and without a silencer, there is no difference really. You're going to make nasty big holes in people at 25 metres. You can't miss unless you're stupid. Okay, well then we shall go off to 100 metres then, and see how we get on. Rightio, here we are at 100 metres. Right, I don't like that to sit better over that view. Right, okay, so one sighting round. It's quite loud for a 5.56. Whoa! It's got quite a lot of recoil. Okay, so with the silencer, sighting round. Change mag, take the silencer off, and then we put the drone up and have a look. Well, it looks like with the suppressor you got a little bit less recoil with the rounds slightly closer together. Same with most ASRs that we've done. You get your first round and then it'll either scoot off to the left, to the right here, and then kick off like that to the right, or go to the left and then kick off to the right. But this, nice and straight, all the way from the first round, all of these rounds pretty much in a straight line. So even from 100 metres, you're not having to fight the weapon to keep it straight. It's pretty much putting rounds down, although they're spreading out obviously because you're over a longer distance than you would be at 25 metres. You've still got on full auto a nice straight line of rounds that's probably easier. Definitely easier to keep people's heads down. Seems a few rounds there in the top of the sheds, but yeah, at 100 metres with the suppressor on, you've got a slight tighter grouping there, but even without it, you're still getting this. It's not that much difference, but you've got a nice straight line there. You're gonna get rounds down, keep people's heads down. Okay, right. Let's go to single shot. I'm gonna do 10 rounds aimed. Oh, that's well off that one. One more. Okay, take the suppressor off. And let's go to the right a bit more. Okay, I think even from there you can tell that there's a massive difference, and I didn't adjust at all. I just let the weapon do what it's supposed to do. I didn't adjust the sight whatsoever, and as you can see, over 100 meters, still going to make nasty holes in people, but with the suppressor it seems to be so much more accurate than without. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it again just to make sure. Change mag, take suppressor off. Let's see. I do 5 rounds because we'll be here all day. So I'm not adjusting at all. Okay, right. Suppressor on. It seems a lot better there. Okay, let's have a look at that then. Well, again, it's a nice tight group in there, so I don't know what was going on there. I really don't know. That's so inconsistent. As I say, no adjustments whatsoever. I didn't adjust the sight in any manner whatsoever. But yet, 10 rounds went all over the place, and yet then 5 rounds was bang on. So, not quite sure about that. What we'll do then, we'll go off and find us some troops to have a shoot at, and see how the weapon gets on against moving targets. Right, here we go. We've got a group of unsuspecting scumbags. So let's see how this weapon gets on. Hello! Yeah, lovely. Not bad at all. Not bad whatsoever. Is there more people down there? Couple of baddies. Let's go and have a go at those. Let's take the suppressor off this time. And see how we get on against these two. So without suppressor, yeah, awesome. Okay, so there we have it. That is the L85A2-C. I wouldn't use it personally. I have got other assault rifles that I prefer to this one, so I wouldn't necessarily go with this. It looks quite cool. It's nice and compact for a bit of CQB stuff, or CQC, whichever you want to call it, close quarters combat or close quarters battle. Yeah, so you know, I wouldn't necessarily choose it, but it's a good weapon. It's not got an insane rate of fire, but it gets rounds down nicely in a straight line. As you saw in the test, over 100 meters, you're still getting rounds down in a nice straight line. So there we have it. That is the L85A2-C. Excuse me. Stick a comment in the comment section below. Any weapons you want to see tested, give us a shout. We'll do it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You can find us on Twitter. We are on the Discord as well. It's there's a link on the channel. Come and join. Feel free to jump in with chat. You can send us pictures from your in-game activities. We've got a competition running at the moment as well. So have a look at that, see if you're interested. It'd be nice to hear from you. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care and stay safe.